So, robots are running marathons now. That doesn't mean they're doing good, but they are running marathons. We're kind of in a world right now where AI is becoming very prominent. I mean, there's an abundance of AI art, and ChatGPT is only getting smarter as time goes on. Not only that, but obviously now it's getting to a point where companies are creating robots and trying to innovate in that field too. So, I guess the only next advancement that we could think of was giving robots the ability to run, because that won't end terribly. On Saturday, April 19th of this year, obviously, about 21 robots ran with a few thousand runners. It was one of the races of all time, because for the first time ever, robots ran alongside humans. The robots that were put into the races were all different heights. Some of them were as short as 3 foot 9 inches, and others were as tall as 5 feet 9 inches. For all the short people that were scared they weren't going to get a robot of their size, you don't need to worry anymore. Unless you're under 3 foot 9 inches, then you don't seem to have much luck. They had a humanoid form and they had to look like that. They couldn't have wheels. They had to be able to walk and run without that, since, that was the whole point. Now, mind you, the robots were relatively slow. I mean, the first robots across the finish line lost to the first person to cross the finish line by an hour and 32 minutes, so not that great. Some of them also had to be physically supported. But this is still revolutionary for robotics nonetheless. The winning robot also had its battery changed only 3 times, which is pretty cool. They were talking about that and said that, that is pretty advanced for it to only have to be changed 3 times. Apparently, it would be worse for some other robots. I think it's definitely cool to have this kind of stuff, but it's also kind of scary. See, what they're doing is very smart, but can also be very dangerous. I mean, we're getting closer to the robot invasion as the days go by. But I mean, this sort of thing can be really cool, especially looking at stuff like that robot dog we saw last year. But that one looked incredibly goofy, I cannot lie. Now, are these advancements really a good thing? I don't know. On one hand, we're getting closer to more powerful robots and AI, but on the other hand, we're also getting closer to the robots taking over and having an apocalypse. So you can make your own decision on that. But seriously, I think it's pretty cool and a great advancement. And I also think that, it's gonna be able to help some people out. So at the end of the day, it is pretty beneficial to everyone, honestly. But that's all I have today. Robots are becoming more advanced, and that's pretty cool. If there are any robots watching this, though, when the apocalypse happens, please spare me.
I'm the man in the city, just like I'm Erling Haaland. If you talking money to me, baby, then you know I'm calling. Friends be looking at me like you probably should have gone to college.